I think the average mark this time is 176 point something, and I've scored 175. So I think I'm below average.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, slightly harsher, yes. But your scores are like next level only. Like I said, the mark sheet show that bilkul interview proof preparation correctly. What were some of those X factors? We saw your mark sheet and we realized that obviously, for the reasons we all know, your interview did not go that well. You scored like average
The
marks
lowest, it's below average. I saw statistical analysis with the answer sheet people have shared on Telegram. I think the average mark this time is 176 point something, and I've scored 175. So I think I'm below average.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, slightly harsher, yes. But your mains marks was, you kind of had made your whole preparation interview proof. मतलब तेरे 25 नंबर भी कमा दे तो भी तेरे रैंक 20 के अंदर, तेरे 50 भी कमा दे तो भी मतलब you would have qualified probably with the highest rank, and then however low it might have gotten with a reasonable limit, you would have still gotten a rank. So your preparation kind of became interview proof in a manner of saying, and we saw your evolution from day one to day end. कि क्या पहले ये almost as if like you were meticulously working through while the mentors were checking the copy you were working through with you and telling अच्छा ये fix कर लिया ये रहता है ये fix कर लिया रहता है. Trust me, that video is doing good. People love it. Like it is possible to start from where you started and then get to where you got, and which is eventually a phenomenal mains mark sheet. So that is why this kind of became very raw and real in a manner of speaking your life journey. Thankfully, you wrote all the exams. It became very, very nice for people to see.
I am very thankful that I went through that process every single Sunday. And I used to look up to that because, as you said, the marks used to be my adrenaline rush because there was nothing more new happening in my life. It was all dull and depressing. And those weekly evaluations. I mean, I remember if I had given a test on Sunday, I would have submitted the paper scanned and sent them. I used to follow up on a Tuesday as well. Ki, ho gaya kya marks ho gaya? Because I wanted to get that marks. And I remember I used to like immediately download it and see कि आज कितना marks आया. Is this week how much marks did I score? Because I think I have been that kid all through my life. But yes, I mean, I think that's a major differentiator in my entire journey. And a lot of people have been asking me and also telling it's not possible to do everything in a year, having the adversities I had. And how did I do answer writing? How did I practice tests? And how did I write mains notes? But I did everything together organically. I mean, my notes were prepared because of the weekly PDFs. I did not do any answer writing separately by setting. I gave the test from day one. So test, answer writing, and notes making were happening all at the same time, and which is, I think, is a more reasonable way to do and not like acha padli and today from June 1 I'll start answer writing. I'll sit for 30 minutes. Does not make sense. You not get a direction. What will you practice? Who will evaluate them? And today, if you write 5 answers, what other 5 questions will write tomorrow? So, and I did not find it really productive to write mains PYQs. Although a lot of people had advised that time as well, ki write mains PYQs and all. But I found to write the weekly Samachar Manthan tests more productive as just to write mains. I used to go through the PYQ question just to understand what kind of questions come and what kind of themes get repeated. But Samachar Manthan was, I think, had made a lot of difference, and probably my scores reflect that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the compounding is very visible more when we see your attempts, right? From February when you started writing till the next year after your prelims when you wrote. I mean, I'll share the deck with you. It's phenomenal. I mean, you've left some conclusions on day one. फिर day two में तुमने dimension की headings write करना सीखा. फिर उसके बाद headings were self-explanatory. Then towards the end, you started writing diagrams because now you had so much masala to put in a question. There was a question we were reviewing where contributions of foreign leaders in the independence struggle mein tha. It was only asking about Animesh and one more guy, but you mentioned so many other folks who played their part. And in 2 pages, you might not remember it, but I was just looking at it. That means you've gone to the PYQ. You know that the X factor is adding slightly more stuff than what the demand of the question is, and do that in a way which is easily readable. So therefore, the golas and chakris and ye sab come, which is all that you can live the mains experience properly. I mean, that's what the exam, wants from you. Which brings me to one interesting thing, an observation which a senior retired IS officer once shared with me. When these guys were coming for mocks. So Archana Johari ma'am and Rajiva Mishra sir and Shankar Agarwal sir, they come to do mocks for us. They said कि अभी के ऑफिसर्स में ना लिखने की वो ना टेनासिटी और वो कला थोड़ी मिटिगेट होती हुई दिखती है. They don't write a lot. When you don't write a lot, you do not get clarity of thought. And it's a very, I would say, underrated skill to keep up with writing, because journaling and manner of speaking, but anything which puts your thoughts on a paper and you commit towards it helps in the longer run. Did you feel that because you were writing Samachar Manthan day in, week out, and this was your consistent thing? Did you, apart from the scores you got, did it give you confidence and clarity in your articulation? Could you feel it? Yeah, ye or hota gaya and it just unknown to you.
I could see the way my confidence boosted up. Matlab, I don't think the marks were, if you plot my marks, it's not a linear graph. There were ups and downs, there were a lot of crests and troughs. But my confidence, if you plot my confidence level, if we had a quantifiable way to do that, it would be a huge e to the power x graph. So that's for sure, because I was preparing alone. There was nobody, there was no benchmark, there's nobody I could compare my copies with, there was no peer, there was no group study or anything. And it was always a lonelier process, in spite of having a lot of support system. But the support system was on an emotional level. Academic level pe Ranati sir was there. He was there to guide and give feedback, but I did not have a peer to compare with. But in spite of that, I had always this confidence. I'm writing and I'm feeling like I have been telling this a lot of times, that till the time I was doing my 47, 48 Civilsdaily Samachar Manthan, I was confident that you give me any topic, I would not have listened about that, I'll be able to write an answer. Because Samachar Manthan had made me do that. I was fairly confident that in mains I'll be able to write something. In spite of in the toughest of the subjects, economy, geography, art and culture were something were extremely dicey and difficult, but till last, as sure I'll write something. I might fetch zero, but I'll be confident to write something and I'll be content with that.
Okay, I'll pick a question from this last statement. I know that because you've been consistent with Samachar Manthan and the UAP whole mentorship took care of you, you were confident that you would write something. That means you will score above average marks and nothing can actually be a bounce for you. But your scores are like next level only. Like I said, the mark sheet show that bilkul interview proof preparation correctly. What were some of those X factors which you knew you had in GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, which kind of, if you reflect back with some hindsight bias, this would have propelled my scores up?
I think, as you said, the masala you said right at the end, that I felt was a X factor, because I had so much masala at the end of the preparation that I knew at every point I would have a data. Every point. I used to write as many points as possible. The more relevant it is, the better it is. But I would put a data everywhere. I had remembered 200 Supreme Court judgments by the end of it. So across GS1 to 4, I'll have put, like GS1 may obviously the scope would be lesser, but at GS2 I would have put Supreme Court judgments twice and thrice in one paper. I would have put a committee in almost every paper. So I used to go and consciously collect this value addition materials and internalize it in a way that I do not have to think about it. It should come to me very naturally. And I knew that the competition is extremely difficult. So you cannot settle with the bare minimum and just do the political, economical, social, law, technological, and things like that. The dimensions. Pestle, yes. So I always figured out that you have to be extra smart with not just introduction, conclusion, but under me also the masala has to be extremely enriched. And somebody said me that no one can beat content. So that I internalized very later, that handwriting, presentation, everything is very important, but primarily it's content. So you have to have a very high command over your content.
Okay, two things then from this. One, do you have your notes on the 200 Supreme Court judgment? Did you like make notes somewhere? Yeah, ये सब दिमाग में रहा था.
No. I had made notes. Like it's a 6 pages, 8 pager notes.
Perfect. Can you share that with me, like a PDF or something if you have?
Like not now, but I think I will have it.
Later on, we'll put it on the video for people to download. Second thing, I was speaking with Benjo like 2 days ago. Again, your batch cleared IAS. said exactly the same thing. I left all these pestle and these old cliched approaches behind, and I looked at the syllabus completely, each line of the syllabus. What is UPSC expecting me to know, dimension wise, across the the headers that they have declared, and then I went and researched far and wide. And Benjo का ये था कि उसका ROI with respect to GS was the highest. Like he hardly studied for a month for GS and he got it. All the stuff he had put in was optional anthro. And I asked him how was it when you got the rank. I think he got 59 rank. How was it when you got it? And he said कि अभी वो फोर्थ अटेम्प्ट था उसका, तो पहले 2 अटेम्प्ट में प्री नहीं निकला, दूसरे अटेम्प्ट में इंटरव्यू रह गया शायद या समथिंग, या मीम से निकला समथिंग लाइक दैट. लास्ट में जब तक ये आया तब तक स्टोइसिज्म इतनी हाई हो गई थी एज अ फिलोसफी कि इंटरव्यू देने के बाद तो he actually got to anthropology की books with him कि okay, what is left now, how can I be better, whatever happens. And when I speak with you guys, it's so nice कि the way you look at life के perspectives are so mature and so amazing and so grounded that even speaking with him, it was like a no brainer that if he wouldn't have gotten a rank, he would have next year aimed to pinch all those holes in the anthropology armor.